of the city, there's a lady so divine, with a gift so rare. She can read between the lines, unlocking mysteries. She's the one we all admire. With a touch of magic, she sets our souls on fire. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV, she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong.
Hi everyone, how are you today? I didn't have a picture up today. Where's my picture that I usually add? Some people get annoyed with the extra minute I give myself. With the extra minute I give myself. Some people get annoyed, but I wish that you all would just create your own shit and then you won't have to worry about my shit. Like if you know how to do better, I'm I accept that into my life. Um and into your life too. Just leave me the fuck alone. All right. I didn't show a picture. Before the show starts, I give the picture of the imaging. And this is the picture that I should have had up. Silly me. That's the picture that I should have had up. And of course, I feel completely silly that I did not have the picture up. Um, so, there you have it. That's the picture for today's opening. There you have it. Okay, so I do have a lot of things to talk about before I talk about Nancy. I'm glad that FBI has finally, you know, giving us more to go on. What happened here? Oh, crackers. Giving us more to go on so that we can get closer to who did this. So I just couldn't believe in 2025, I don't care what system that she was using, that you could not, pull something from the cloud or whatever happens. And sure enough, things came through. So that's pleasing. Do you think this is a man or a woman? What's your take on this? I mean, the eyebrows kind of bother me. It's the eyebrows that bother me. But everyone else saw that this person had a beard. I couldn't find the beard anywhere, but I saw the eyebrows and I thought it was interesting that the eyebrows were fairly thin. I thought that was interesting. Anywho, um, I think the flowers or the lavender that was found at the base of the door was also an interesting touch, that he pulled the flowers and then in the end the flowers wound up at the base of the door. I thought that was like, I remember looking, I was like, why are there flowers at the door? And I was like, well, maybe that's debris, that's wind, I don't know. Now we see why the flowers are at the door, because he was trying to cover the camera that he knew, or no, because it was pitch black. It was pitch black. It was pitch black. And then he had a light in his mouth. I couldn't understand what that was. Turns out he had a light, or she. We really don't know. See, I thought for a man, he was a little thick and hippie to me. To me, he seemed like you know, he was a little thick. Okay, but we'll go with man so far. The eyebrows, those thin eyebrows, was a bother for me though. And okay, so that's one thing. Let's go over something else and we'll come back to Nancy. I don't want anyone to lie to you and tell you that Bad Bunny's performance was the lowest they've ever seen. No, the Super Bowl this year was the lowest. Bad Bunny's performance, everybody tuned in for the halftime more than the whole Super Bowl. So don't get it twisted. And whatever Kid Rock did, um, he didn't take away from the Super Bowl. He didn't take away from Bad Bunny. He just got up there and waved his guitar and his graying blonde hair around and born in the USA. And, okay, I thought the Kid Rock it was sad. It was actually very American, that didn't have like umph to it. It was that part of America. It was like bland. It was like bland, one of the two. All right. So I just wanted to point that out. And then I wanted to point out, oh, this person, which I mentioned this morning, and then I saw it after the fact. This person, says that this man, he's disappointed in how the black community reacted to Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime show and suggests black and brown unity. And I think he's right. I think most Latin people, many cultures have black in them. So I really don't understand why there's a problem. But if you don't want to unite, it's okay. We've never been united, and if we can't start now, then we just can't start ever. But we should, and I just do agree with that guy. Just want to point that out. I believe that if we all got together all of us, indigenous, Armenians, other foreigners, we would outdo all the rich white. I'm just saying. So, and then Jill Zarin, I saw her post, but she took it down, but I'm sure somebody saved it. Jill Zarin of Real Housewives of New York City. Remember, New York City women got canceled after the black woman came on, who I can't remember her name, but I do love her. Um, put a claim with HR that these women were racist on Real Housewives of New York City. But the claim was so severe, they actually could not bring these old ladies back. They had to create a new Real Housewives of New York City, and it stayed on for a while until racist stuff came out in the second version of Real Housewives of New York City, and so they will not be back. The new girls will not be back. It was really rough in the end on how racist people really were on the show. So sad. But Jill Zarin, I didn't know they were bringing her back from the dead. Jill Zarin is fired. Fired from E's. Is E related to Bravo? I don't really care. Real Housewives of New York reunion show, The Golden Life. She's fired from the reunion show? The Golden Life before filming even starts after racist Bad Bunny tirade. So Jill Zarin went on a tirade. I don't even know what she said. I saw it, but she said, it's not white, wasn't white enough, and da 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 da. Oh, we're so bored with this, all white thing. This is not the culture, people. But in her age bracket, one, she does think she has the right in her age bracket. So remember that. And she also doesn't think she has to change because her age bracket taught her that, right? And yada yada boom boom boom. And so, like, it just shocks me that people don't think they have to change, but everyone else has to change, but you don't. So I'm glad she got fired, like, because we're just so tired of this, hierarchy of system, and, because you're not better. You're just not. All right. But I don't want to go into details why I think you're not better. You're just not better. Oh my God. Let me say hi to everyone. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Carlito. How are you? Um, hey, everyone. Melissa says, hi, Demetra Ford. How are you? Bad Bunny was great. I thought he was great. So glad she got fired. Right, Panther? Shaking my head. Her comment was so ignorant. It was so white. Like the fact that, you know what? This is the problem. We never do that to them, which is why I do it all the time, right? We never are like, oh, white people, this, that, and the third. Never. But they do it all the time publicly and really don't think they have to apologize for their bad behavior. And so I just follow their model. I'm like, if you can do it, I can do it, and let YouTube try and stop me. And they don't. They don't, because that's part of the free speech amendment something, right? No, they never say anything if I go white people. But I know they've scared all y'all because y'all change it so that it looks like it's not like the algorithms won't pick up the word white, but white is also a color. So come on, YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. But I just say it. I just think if you all can be rude, I can be rude. Um, What did you say? So glad she got chicken. So ignorant. Yes, she's very ignorant. Oh, so what I was gonna say was we spent our whole time like not insulting them, and then they spend their whole time insulting us. And half the times they don't even know that they're insulting us. They're so clueless about culture and other people's culture, like they're not invested. But we're invested in theirs. So it's like they're the ones that are ignorant because they're not trying to care about others. The name itself was boring. The name, the game itself was boring. Bad Bunny was the highlight of the Super Bowl. Exactly. The lowest, what rated? That's not true. So, what is true? What I am saying, Noel, is that the Super Bowl had 127 viewers. I, I don't know if it was first half or second half or the whole game, but that Bad Bunny brought on more viewership than the whole Super Bowl. The intent and spiritual people resolve this case. Is That's why we're doing this tonight, because I need my spiritual people to do their spiritual thing. I think we all know the family has a spiritually speaking. Hi Shannon, how are you? Black Panther. Is it Black Panther or Panther? Jeff saw the beard and the lack of hips. It's definitely a man. That's what you said. Motive. Uh let's not worry about the motive right now, money. I think the motive might have, like, should we discuss motive, money? Somebody's going broke. Good health, Tracy in chat. Yes, Tracy in chat. You know what would be interesting, which I don't even want to think of that right now? What if her husband is in the Epstein files and he had to do a five, he had to do a favor. Just a thought. I'm always trying to figure out, like, everything. Hi, Noel. Hey, Tracy. Hey, you all. Oh, Jenny G. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. You all, my dad had passed recently. I am so sorry. How are you doing? How are you doing? I am so sorry. Oh, excuse me. It's the worst. It's the worst, sweetie. I am so sorry. Hi, Stephen. Hi, Whitney Brown. Happy Tuesday. Please make sure to like the live. Like the live. Thank you. How, how are you doing? Absolutely. Absolutely. Melissa said, Dory, could the son in law and daughter plan the whole thing because they jealous of sister that has money? Absolutely. Absolutely. The emotions and pride on my Puerto Rican friends' faces were priceless. We see them finally. Loved it for them. Yes, Elsie. Yes. Overwhelmed. Ugh, I understand. Overwhelmed. So it's just a new process in life. It's a new process. So yeah, yeah. There's gonna be several emotions that you're gonna go through because I don't know if it was expected or if it was sudden. those two different emotions, because if it's expected, you can walk into this process that he's going through for his new life. It was sudden. It's like, what do you mean? What happened? You got to wrap your mind around all of that. I'm sorry, sweetie. I'm sorry. I don't know if you just stay strong. Just just try to stay strong and try to remember that I hate saying this because it's hard to believe, but I'll say it a different way. The signs will come. There will be immediate signs coming from your dad. Immediate. So be watchful of the signs. Believe your dreams, right? And you might even get some visions. Believe it all and maybe write everything down. And I also want you to be able to maybe write a note to your dad about his newest birthplace, and that you hope he transitions well and safely, and to not forget about you. All right. Oh, hi, Money Positive. Oh, you're so welcome, Jenny. Jenny G, you're so welcome. We have to, sometimes we just have to pause and take care of others. And that that's that's spiritual, right? That's spiritual. That's when we know we're on the right track and we can just pause. All right. All right, sweetie. Okay, so now I've got some videos for you, but I am sorry for your loss, Jenny G. You've been with me for many years. I'm so sorry for your loss. All right. So we got some videos I could play for you. How many people do I have on? 43 people. There's one that I wanted to play. I wonder if I should play it first. I'll go on to Nancy right now. Should I? All right. Let's look at the very first. I love this story. It's a spiritual story.
Happy that people are finally realizing that babies are like conscious beings, because a couple years ago I actually met a conscious baby, and it was probably one of the scariest things that has ever happened to me, and no one believed me. My family was invited to a neighbor's pool party, so we decided to go. And everything was normal at first. I don't know, we were hanging by the pool, eating barbecue, socializing. Next thing you know, my parents invite me into my neighbor's house. They're like, Mark, we gotta show you something. So I go inside. They introduce me to this mother with a baby on her hip. And I'm like, oh, what a cute baby. The mom went on to be like, do you wanna hold it? And I was like, sure, I guess. So she hands it over, and I'm holding an infant. Baby was just absolutely adorable. And just the cherry on top, the mom tells us that the baby only knows 3 words. And those words are mom, dad, and love. And I'm just holding this baby like, oh, what a cutie. My parents go on to tell this mother, being a mother is hard work. If you ever need a break, I'll let you know. My son will watch over your baby. Thinking to myself, when did I sign up to be a babysitter? But I fear my parents, so I didn't say anything. Next thing you know, my parents ask this mother if she wants to get a drink with them while I watch the baby, and she agrees. So moments later, I am left alone with this baby. I'm not gonna lie, it was cute at first, but then out of nowhere, I hear this baby say, food. I'm thinking to myself, wait, your mom told me that you only knew 3 words, mom, dad, and love. I can't be the one to hear your 4th word. That is a special moment that you should have with your parents. In my head, I'm like, that's staying between us. I'm not gonna let anyone else know I heard that. I kid you not even a minute later, this baby goes, I speak more. This baby is staring at me, and I'm just like, where did you learn that, little guy? Because that's 4 new words, and basic sentence structure. And this baby is just staring at me. The only thing that broke the stare was my parents and the mom coming back. Like, I swear this baby reverted to its factory settings. Legitimately was like, "Love, Mom." I'm just like, what? But I didn't say anything because I didn't want to be like crazy. But once we left, I told my parents everything. And they were like, no, you just want attention. And I'm like, no, there's something up with this baby. But I really don't know. Like, I feel like that baby was trying to avoid paying taxes or something.
Those ancestor babies. I love that story. That is something that would happen to me. I love that story. Those ancestor babies, I tell you all once, I tell you again, you cannot trust them. Look at them side-eye. And they're getting stronger as new births are happening. All right, let's look at Savannah Gultry. Savannah Gultry. What's her name? Who said hello? Let's cancel that. Hi, Money. I said hello. How are you? Money Positive. By the way, I love that name. Let's get some videos out. Let's see.
And here is the hot stuff everybody's been waiting for, right? This is huge. Erica just announced.
Throw that in the garbage. I know that's not it.
How long have you been living here? I've been living in Tucson for about 30.
Have you been living here?
I've been living in Tucson for about 36 years.
What do you think happened here? As you being a Tucson resident, what's your gut telling you?
My gut is telling me that it's the brother-in-law or the son-in-law.
Son-in-law. Why?
Just too many things. You know, he had pictures. There was a picture or two that came out, and you haven't seen him since. You haven't heard from him.
Radio silent.
The other people have, you know, the family, you know, Savannah and, you know, her brother and sister have done things. He hasn't been involved in any of it. And I don't know if he's trying to stay away from the limelight or what it is, but I can tell you this, it's very suspicious to me.
I mean, would just a random stranger come up through here and just target a 84-year-old woman?
This was planned.
Planned.
That's my gut. It's not just random. I think it was something that, you know, and like they say, the first people that you need to talk to is the family members.
Do you have confidence in Sheriff Nanos?
I do not, especially after last night. It's probably one of the craziest things I think I've ever seen. I've been through the, you know, Gary Triano bombing. I've gone through the, you know, seen the Elizabeth Salas case, but nothing quite like this. But I will also say it takes a lot of cojones for the sheriff's officer to be at the U of A basketball game last night instead of doing his job. I think it's pretty disgusting. I understand people need a break, but this is not the time nor the place to do that.
Okay, so there you go. He thinks the brother did it. Son-in-law did it.
Well, we now know one thing for sure. We now know one thing for sure about the Nancy Guthrie situation. Somebody is responsible for this. This is not any conspiracy theory about Nancy Guthrie doing this on her own. All right, we see the videos. And I know a lot of you are saying, oh, I think that's a woman. Look at the eyes, look at the soft brown line, look at the mustache. I mean, I guess it could be fake, but there's nothing about the body or the movements that is suggestive that it's female to me. I mean, you know, I believe you go with the obvious, and then you go to anything that's less obvious as you get exhausted. What do we see here? Somebody had a plan. They came dressed the right way. They had a full bag of stuff. They seem to be looking for things. They seem to have different points of analysis. Now, what counters that idea? They took a lot of time out front. Abductions are hit and run. Abductions are fast. Abductions are planned to get away and to immediately get into the power dynamic. Here, what were they looking for in the front there? What was the purpose of being there for almost 30 seconds in something that could have taken 3? Is this a sign of confusion? Is this a sign that this person is not all there beyond the perversity of wanting to do something like this in the first place? But we now know that there may have well been someone maybe working alone, right? How do you know? Well, you don't know if there's somebody else. But you know that in this video from the FBI, that they recovered images. Clearly, this person had a plan and a purpose. That's why they have the mask and the gloves and the heavy body coverings, right? But that mustache that's poking through there, that could be very helpful unless it's fake, right? So we now know that all of this BS about Nancy Guthrie did it. She didn't really get taken. That's all bullshit. You see the person there. The question is, where are they now? Are they behind the letters? Have they been yet to speak out? Or is there something we don't know? This case has captivated the country for a reason. Nancy Guthrie has become America's grandma, and I hope they get her soon.
All right.
All right, breaking news, surveillance footage and still images from Nancy Guthrie's doorbell cam have been released. And there is only one line in this whole thing that tells you everything you need to know. That this person with the ski mask on has prominent hair above and below his lip.
Interesting.
Think that maybe they're zeroing in on a suspect.
This is so scary. Oh, if this is an inside job, this is so scary. So sad.
And a piece of guys to the house? If y'all ain't heard, Savannah Guthrie mother has been missing. Miss Nancy Guthrie. She been missing for a little bit. And right now, everybody trying to figure out where is she. She got a ransom out for her. But, y'all, they got investigations going on, yellow tape going on, and a piece of man shows up at her front door, y'all. While everybody out there, media, news, journalists, everything, right? Now, y'all tell me, is this a motherfucking sign slap in the face joke? Ain't no way you gonna mistake, even if it is the piece of man mistaking the address. I don't even think he mistake the address. Either the piece of man with them, the kidnappers, or somebody that sent the piece of man to their house as a joke, laugh in the face. Like, pizza, y'all? Pizza! And the piece of man pulled out the receipt and said, this the address right here. Look at this.
I forgot who it's for. I think it's for one of these guys. I think
Okay,
so.
man.
That-
Okay, because you know where you're at. You know where you're at.
No, I don't.
Does it have
See,
a
like-
name on it?
It does. It's. I'm gonna give him a call. It's gotta be one of you guys out here.
Somebody pranked you.
That could be the case too.
Now you got them weak ass journalists, reporters, you know where you at. You know, like they're a damn cop or investigator. Like, shut up. Next thing you find out, he probably got a camera in the pizza holder box thing. And he up on the door, and he got you on the camera. He probably got more footage than you right now. I just do feel like it's weird a little bit that, you know, they sent a pizza and then she reported on the files and then we know what they talk about. Pizza. It had come out and said that they want $6 million and they will return Miss Nancy. But y'all comment below, y'all let me know. Do y'all think this was a joke? Do y'all think this was probably a mistake? Or it was planned? Planned.
Hi, Cole. Hi, Jennifer. Oh, sorry. Hi, Colton. Yeah, thanks for a job. Ugh. I have one more or a couple more. I have no idea. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one.
Why hasn't Savannah Guthrie's husband, Mike? Hasn't Savannah Guthrie's husband, Michael Feldman, appeared since her mother went missing? No one realizes these three details suggest this may not be a simple kidnapping. Just yesterday, Savannah said on social media that she would pay $6 million to ransom her mother. Yet her husband, Michael Feldman, has not appeared at all, sparking online discussion. First, since her mother went missing, Michael has remained completely absent and has made no public statement about his mother-in-law. Savannah has only been accompanied by her sister and brother-in-law. Second, despite the massive attention online, no media outlet has questioned her husband's whereabouts, and police have released no information related to Michael. Notably, he once worked for former President Bill Clinton for 8 years. Finally, the scene shows clear signs of an insider operation. Surveillance was cut in advance. The pacemaker showed abnormal synchronization, and the kidnappers knew the home layout and daily routine. Michael's continued absence, no interviews, no appearances, no participation in family statements, fits the typical pattern of someone avoiding attention and questioning. What do you think?
I think the plot thickens.
Hasn't
I think the plot thickens. That's what I think. Let's look at that.
His husband, Michael Feldman, appeared since her mother went missing. No one realizes these three details suggest this may not be a simple kidnapping. Just yesterday, Savannah said on social media that she would pay $6 million to ransom her mother. Yet her husband, Michael Feldman, has not appeared at all, sparking online discussion. First, since her mother went missing, Michael has remained completely absent and has made no public statement about his mother-in-law. Savannah has only been accompanied by her sister and brother-in-law. Second, despite the massive attention online, no media outlet has questioned her husband's whereabouts, and police have released no information related to Michael. Notably, he once worked for former President Bill Clinton for 8 years. Finally, the scene shows clear signs of an insider operation. Surveillance was cut in advance. The pacemaker showed abnormal synchronization, and the kidnappers knew the home layout and daily routine. Michael's continued absence, no interviews, no appearances, no participation in family statements, fits the typical pattern of someone avoiding attention and questioning. What do you think?
All right, I'm looking online, and maybe you guys can look online with me. Savannah Guthrie's Jeffrey Epstein link. Husband and Michael Feldman's Glover Park, I don't know what that is, mentioned in files. Running network. Today, this is from the Hindustan Times. And of course, it would come from another country, right? Because the American media, like NBC, there's a couple of things that's kind of bothering me. Like, I posted a video where she said she was going out on surgery. Hindustan Times on February 4th. Today's show host Savannah Guthrie's mother, Nancy, has been kidnapped. Authorities believe, and a surprising link to Jeffrey Epstein has emerged from the files. The incident comes amid the Justice Department releasing files related to the late convicted child sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. When news of Nancy's appearance broke, it also put the spotlight on Savannah and her personal life. As an old interview of her resurfaced, one person asked if she was the woman who had pushed for the release of the files. While this was not the case, Guthrie interviewed many accusers. Now, a document from the latest has drawn another interesting connection between Guthrie and Epstein. While Guthrie, Savannah, or her actions concerning this particular interview might not be directly linked to Epstein, there's a connection by way of her husband's work. Guthrie is married to Michael Feldman, who helped find the Glover Park Group in 2001. The public affairs firm is based out of DC, and during this time, Feldman helped the likes of Bill Clinton and Al Gore. Glover Park Group is mentioned in the documents linked to Epstein. One file mentions a communication involving Larry Summers, where it is suggested that Epstein speak to someone at the Glover Park Group. He has helped Clinton and General Petraeus. Notably, I guess they wanted Epstein to talk to. That sounds so weird though. Notably, there is a passing mentioned, and it is not known if there was any further communication between Epstein and Feldman's firm. A person on X was quick to pick up on this. Samantha Guthrie's husband, Michael Feldman, founder of the Glover Park Group and partner at FGS Global, is directly tied to a huge global political influence firm's name in Epstein files, Bill Clinton, Al Gore, and personal relationships with Epstein. Michael Feldman, founder of Glover Parks Group and partner at FGS Global, is directly tied to huge global political influence firms named in the Epstein files. Bill Clinton, Al Gore, and personal relationships with Epstein. Epstein was running his network at full throttle. And the email says, perhaps you should suggest Jeffrey to talk to Joe Lockhart at the Glover Park Group. He has helped Clinton and General Petraeus. And this was sent to Lawrence Summers. And the subject is idea for Jeffrey. Well, that makes the plot thicken. What do you guys have to say? Hi, Marcella More. Well, the pizza guy. Yeah, the pizza guy is very interesting. And it feels like it's a taunt, right? Like somebody's now taunting them, right? Hi, Tracy in chat. I actually I was actually on the live and someone from out of state sent the channel owner the pizza. Oh. Oh, wow. The pizza guy is weird and he looks like the person in the video. You know, I said the same thing. I was like, he's coming back to the crime scene with pizza. I said the same thing. And why didn't the FBI like stop him and question him? There's a lot of mishaps going on. Like, who sent the pizza? Like, come in here. Who sent the pizza? What's the name? What's the number? Like, call the pizza guy right away and then see if the guy holding the pizza phone rings. Like, wow, this plot is beyond fact. There's so many and too many connections, if that makes sense. Do you think, I didn't mean to highlight that. Buchanan Hope. Hi, Tracy. Hi. Let me read these. I got to vet these comments. Tracy, I'm so sick of them people. I'm starting to think it's a distraction from something else. Right. Right. And that's what I'm thinking too. I'm thinking because there's no way at this stage of the game can Nancy come back alive. It just doesn't make sense anymore. But I'm thinking, but I also think that the plan for the kidnapping went completely dumb. Like it was a dumb plan. It was quick and dumb. It wasn't like a professional thing, right? So I'm thinking somebody who is in the Epstein files doesn't want to be mentioned that they are in the Epstein files, because then that would ruin Savannah's career. Like, it would put a public stain that she's associated with the man that somebody would say go to. But if he didn't, if they have no proof of it, but there are still 3 million files that have not still come out. So maybe he did follow up with it. And to distract from it, maybe this kidnapping had to take place so that they could buy time. The two husbands haven't shown up, and that's weird. That's what I find is like uncomfortable. Both husbands have not shown up. Hi, Gary. How are you? Distraction is the key word. Yeah. Well, the movie can't come out unless we get a body. Hi, Kat. And think about this. This is a little thing that bothers me. How did the police let the pizza guy through? Who's watching the store? Like, when the pizza guy pulled in, if you see, all the cars were lined up, one after the other. So when the pizza guy pulled in, why didn't they say, hey, pizza guy's here? And then the people in the house would be like, oh, let him through. Yeah, we did order pizza. He just gets to go in, knock on the door. Whatever's going on in Arizona, y'all are sloppy as fuck. Y'all, this case got fucked up from jump. Nanos, he needs to retire, period. He fucked his shit up from jump. Then a small section of the FBI came in, and they didn't look like they took it seriously at first either. And then they gave the house back to the family. And then that night, they had to kick the family out and be like, listen, we got to get on the roof. We got to take the car, your car. We got to take Annie's car. Like, then a new team of FBI came in. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? Why haven't we done normal shit? Do you think it's one of the two husbands that put the plot out for this? And then the guy with the flashlight in his mouth, like weird shit. Like somebody knew it was going to be pitch black. Somebody knew the sensor lights weren't going to come on. That's why we know it's an inside job. Because he had to put a flashlight in his mouth. All right. What's the psychic question? Yes, they're all sloppy. Everybody's just sloppy. Like, don't wait for the movie, because the comedy and the sloppiness is the movie. Oh my God. I know that, but you and I don't know that. Does that make sense? You and I don't know that the house doesn't have sensors. Even if you're outside the community, why would you think no one wouldn't have sensors? If you're outside the community, like who's going around thinking, oh, that community doesn't have sensors because of the conservative. I can just take down the whole neighborhood. Who thinks that? No. That's why he had a flashlight in his mouth, because he knew no lights would come on. That's what I'm saying. All right, guys, we love the word distraction. What are they distracting from? Can we get beyond the word distraction and go there? What are they distracting us from? I think it was all of them. Then the guy looked like he was on the porch. Look, I said that too. Everybody's like, well, what's he looking for? I'm like, a key. He was looking for the key. The key. Oh my God. And when he came in, he knew exactly where the camera was. Like, but he still wasn't prepared for the camera. Like, that I don't get. Like, you should have had, I'm not telling you what to do, future people, but you should have a paper ready, right? With tape over it, right? The paper should be over your face like this, right? Y'all can't see my face, right? Am I right or wrong? And then you tape the hole. That's what I would do if I was going to kidnap somebody. Oh, she can't be doing well without her meds. I mean, here's what I can tell you. If you take your meds all the time, then you do have a survival rate. It's only those that take it sporadically and they're supposed to be taking it over time, their bodies would crash quicker. But if you've taken it all the time, then the meds give you some sustainability when you're not taking it. So, all right. Hi, Ada. How you doing? All right. I don't need to do a reading. I just wanted to show some videos about the pizza guy, and Savannah's husband has not made an appearance. If my husband is not supporting me, we are not staying married. The Three Stooges. because this is a comedy show at this point. I mean, comedy. And the other thing I wanted to point out, nobody wanted to pay the ransom. No one. No one wanted to pay the ransom. One. And two, there's such a low recovery for Nancy. And you have to get a conviction. So that could be 2 years down the line. And it started out at 2,500. And then when the real FBI came in, the second set, they were like, oh, let's at least give it 50,000. And so they upped it to 50,000. Now, I don't know about you. I don't know about me. But at this stage of the game, there's nothing we can do with 50,000 anymore. A car, you couldn't even get a car for 50,000 anymore. So that was such a low ball on a mother's value in life. I think it's one of the husbands, and I think they hired the pizza guy to do it. Oh my God. Hey, Ada, says Noel. Yep, you noticed that too. Nobody paid the ransom, and they weren't ever willing to pay the ransom. No, they waited like till after the deadline, and then they're like, we will pay. Tracy, it's all in the family. Pizza meaning for them. Hi, Buchanan. What a beautiful picture. Pizza meaning for them is nasty work. All right. I don't need to do, I've done 3 of these videos so far. I can't keep doing readings unless you want me to see if there is an Epstein connection. I could wait. Do you think there's an Epstein connection? I think there might be an Epstein connection. That's the other thing. He didn't come to the thing like this. He walked right up there, walked right up to the camera and was like, damn, I forgot to bring my paper with me. Let me go find some flowers. And then think about it, guys. He didn't even think there were big leaves there. Like there were leaves. He didn't think to take a leaf. You tell me this guy's smart? He took flowers? Oh, let me take a bunch of flowers and then fold it. Take a couple of leaves, you dummy. And then, did you have tape to block the, like, did you have tape in your backpack that was stuffed with a blanket and shit? Stuffed? And then he had a knapsack on his back that was so tight. How you getting that backpack off if you kidnapping somebody? It was tight. It was tight and they kind of like tied. I'm like, a methodical kidnapper. Huh. Very methodical. And then the shoes. Why were the shoes white? Were they white or were they black? And then the gloves. Like, why weren't regular? Like, how are you going to handle Nancy with those thick gloves? Like, I know you don't want your fingerprint to be found all over the place, but the gloves itself is now the fingerprint. Where the fuck did you get those gloves from? And who uses those type of gloves? Like the thick ones. Is that for like Antarctica, maybe? Eskimos wear those gloves? Like, talk to me. What is that shit? I'm not gonna post that, Georgia. I know. My initial thought that it was a JE thing too. But I never felt it was because of Savannah's interview. That I never felt. But now we see her husband name is mentioned. Gary, somebody answer me these questions. Who ordered the damn pizza? Oh my God. We all have solved this case and we solved it faster than the police. Exactly. All right. If anybody wants a reading with me, contact me. Text me 213-458-7408. I don't know why I always yell at the end. All right. I don't need to do a reading. Now the husband got pulled into the scandal. And they kept the husbands out of the scandal. And that's like, I don't like that. This should have been all hands on deck. You better show your faces, all you motherfuckers. All right, sweeties. We got a lot to ponder. Oh, who said hello? Okay, got you. All right. We got a lot to ponder, y'all. A lot to ponder. All right. Good night. Keep me posted. Write in the comments your thoughts. Like, we got to solve this case. Let me know what you're thinking. Bye.
In the heart of the city, there's a lady so divine, with a gift so rare she can read between the lines, unlocking mysteries. She's the one we all admire. With a touch of magic, she sets our souls on fire. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I'm sure. On TV she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV, she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong.